the indescribable horrors of mankind that happen inside the porta potties at a junkyard. So hey, how's it going? We're back at my favorite place. I just saw a tennis ball fly by. Okay, get that for Enzo later. Oh, my favorite place, the pick and pull. I've been out here. I came out here to do a little scouting mission last weekend, kind of see what they had going, and actually kind of a few little dime pieces out here. I'm gonna see the first one right now. You guys know that I was excited when I saw this ultra rare. There is a small dent here, a little bit. Yeah, there's a crease right there. You can see. Yeah, the driver fenders always get beat up in these things. But man, this is a very nice wagon. AC, factory crossover. Got some maintenance stuff here. Old dual point boy. What I really came for though are these brake lines for the master cylinder, because your boy, I chopped through them when I was cutting through the firewall. I cut through like 3 brake lines. I know I cleared one, cut one completely in half, and the other 2 got nicked enough that they're going to leak pretty bad. This is a throttle cable. I may take this throttle cable too, because I'm kind of been working with mine. I'm not exactly happy with my throttle linkage on the CRX yet, so I may take that too. I'm gonna strip a few things off here. When I was here last week, I just grabbed a few ancillary things. I grabbed this corner light because it was very nice and uncracked. I got the window roller uppers for this one because I didn't have mine in the gold wagon. But look, it's a really nice interior. It's a little bit dirty just because it's out here in the yard probably. But I think the gauge cluster I saw on the back is like a, oh, okay, Honda. Gauge clusters back here, 163,000. Yeah, this interior is real nice. Not super tore up or greasy, or everything's all here. It's a good example of a little wagon. It's really sad to see out here. Taillights are all in good condition. Actually, I really should take these, just because I know how hard they are to find. Oh, it's broke. Dang it. Looks like it's broke out here too. That's even worse. It's not too bad. I'll kind of keep an eye out. I may come back for that. We'll see. But it's in a really good shape. Obviously, just wheel tool drive. Auto. Yeah, auto. I kind of want these trim pieces too, just for spares, because I know those things are a pain in the butt to try to find. Hood's in good shape. Looks pretty nice. The bumpers are really good shape. Which I kind of want that for my red Junkyard saved wagon, because it doesn't have a front bumper. But you know, I don't know. I may take it, I may not. We'll see. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and dig into the brake lines, get those pulled out, because those are things I definitely do need. It's kind of worried this wasn't going to come off, but I did end up breaking this one loose. I tried to go to Northern Tool to find a flare wrench, because I think I lost mine when my tool kit got stolen. Because I don't know where my 10mm flare is, but this actually worked pretty well. That's the worst part about when you get your stuff stolen, is like you don't remember all the unique tools you've been collecting over the last 20 years. I had so much nice little specialty parts just for Hondas, and now I got to rebuild all of that from memory. Spent like $1,000 last week trying to get most of my kit back together. Oh, God damn it. It just fell on my head. This is not the factory hood latch. Well, I was able to get off the front one and fish it out, which was a little bit more chore than I expected, trying to get it not kinked, trying to kink shame it, get it out of here. Not having that flare wrench, I couldn't quite get that back one out. There is another EF over here I'm gonna try. Oh, you know what? I could actually use this too. Think about that. Need a little overflow bottle for my CRX. I got a bunch of random, 10mm bolts just in case. I thought about getting this crossover, but I do have a crossover already. I don't really need another one. Just a hoard. Trying not to become a hoarder of a bunch of Honda stuff, at least not yet. Rest easy, champ. Old fit got bonked pretty hard in the back. Nice little fit. Yeah, manual too. Poor thing. I saw this last time I was out here. This is pretty curious little rig. The motor must have blew up or something. Oh, it's got a downpipe on it still. That's an aftermarket downpipe. Some kind of quattro, I think it's A4. Yeah, A4. But it's a 6-speed. sad how this thing ended up here. I mean, it's transmission's still in it. Feels good. It just must have blown the hell up or something, because someone made this a chop top. Nice serrated edge. Easy finger removal. Now, I saw this Kia last time I was out here, and I really respect the hustle. Like, just a plain old automatic Kia 2013. Don't probably a Sportage. They spray painted the calipers, which is a pretty big job. What I was more impressed about is look at this red block. They pulled the motor and painted that entire block on this automatic 2013 Kia. Like, goddamn, man. Like, that is commitment. Like, I mean, this was not done in the car. They took this thing out. There's even overspray or something here on the camshaft. Oh, there's overspray on the cams too. Look. I wonder why this car is out here. Could it be there's overspray on everything inside the engine too? Paint's chipping off that. That's impressive. Like, I saw the red block and it caught me off guard. I was like, oh, maybe it's a nice car. No, it's just a basic ass Kia. They pulled the whole block to paint it. That's wild. Really nice little white EF sedan. Most people know that I have a little soft spot for EF sedans. What's neat about this one, I'll go ahead and do a little story on it while I'm here. Look at the little bit. This is a throwback to my generation, where you pulled these little parts out and you painted them. It smelled like spray paint every time you turn the heater on. This is my kind of build. They did this white. They did this yellow for some reason. Nice little 5-speed. Still feels good. Verse. But yeah, they did all this. They took out all these parts and painted them white. That was the style of the time. Like, growing up, that's like what we did. Like, I had a Prelude, and I took all the little things out that I could take out, and I spray painted them all yellow, like the accent's yellow, and all my blue interior, because my interior is blue just like this, I spray painted black. So as you can imagine, the whole car just stunk to high heaven forever. The spray paint smell just never went away, and I loved it. I love that kind of style. My dream EF sedan, and eventually I'll end up with one, I know, is an EX. Power everything, power windows, power mirrors, power everything, manual 5-speed with multi-point fuel injection, which is really hard to find. I found a couple, but not a whole lot. I mean, they're few and far between. If you find one, then it's missing one of the options. It'll be an automatic, or most of them are just dual point fuel injection, not multi-point. So, and I've seen cars that are converted, but it's just not as cool. Like, I don't want a converted car. I want a factory EX manual with the multi-point fuel injection. So if you see one, please don't send it to me, because I don't have very much willpower when it comes to cars I like. And I have found some, and they're really rough condition. So if you are looking for me, if you just happen to be browsing Marketplace and you see a maroon EF sedan, most of the maroon ones I've seen are that spec. I really can't think of any other colors besides maroon. No, blue. Sorry, that blue color also. So definitely don't look for one of those and send them to me. Well, why don't you look at that? That's a front pocket finder right there. Just get a little thread seal it. Oh yeah, take that. All right, the second brake line is out of there. So I started to get the back one off. I actually got the back one off the master here. I came over to here, it just rounded out and I couldn't quite get it. You can definitely tell my inexperience in working on cars for the last few months, because I just spent like the greater part of 20 minutes trying to get 10 mil off that I was going backwards on, because I was upside down on the subframe. I was so aggravated. I chewed the whole bolt up. Thought I was about to have to give up on it, but then I was like, oh yeah, I'm going backwards on that one. So, well, I think that's about all I need to get. Got a few radiator hose that actually might work a little bit better than the one that I've got right now. I like the way it's routed. Actually, I have a newer K24Z, a little bit newer Accord. I like the way it's routed. Got both those brake lines I needed. I got a reservoir, got an extra throttle cable just in case, so I can kind of play around mine. Because I'll show you guys on the CRX. It's the throttle cable's just not in an optimal spot. And I feel like it's going to catch, or it's going to fall off the loop. And I really like to build a new bracket for it, but right now I'm just kind of working with what I got. The real issue with the way I've been building the CRX is I'll start something and I just won't finish it. I'll get like 80% with something and like, oh, well, I ran into something, I can't do it, I just move on to the next. So I'm gonna start my videos back up from where I'm trying to keep myself accountable. Make sure I'm doing one thing at a time, make a video about it, get it done, get out of the way. Because it just ain't working right now the way I've been doing things. But man, you know how much I love the Junkyard. A little bit of ASMR, just walking the old Junkyard. The Hooper Special, the IS 250. Sorry, Ben. They freaking sanded this whole... I'm always so curious about what people were thinking. Like, I guess they're trying to paint it. A little bit of Bondo work. A whole pile of cigarette ashes in the middle. Absolutely disgusting. Ugh. I mean, it was a neat car at one point. I feel like a stand-up comic looking at the crowd, looking at someone to pick on. Hey, look at the Mazda with the black. God, why is this not more illegal? Like, God, I hate people so much. You can see like where they knocked off some of the smoke. God, I hate people. That's completely spray painted black. And they just sanded off the part that they needed to see. Oh, red calipers. There we go. It's a race car. Old crusty Jaguar. Looks like it's set out a field for a long time. Look at the mud and shit. Maybe it's in a river. Oh yeah, this is the one's like, oh yeah, for sure. This is like buried in water. Ugh. Gross. How? Why'd you bring it out of water? Just leave it there. Oh, all right. Well, I want to get out of here. Go pay. Go see my dog and my lady. I'll catch you fine, folks, back in the place. Welcome to the new layout. So I'll do a little bit of a garage tour when it cleans up a little bit, but it's still pretty messy as I'm getting everything set up. But I will give you guys a brief little update on the old CRX. So I've done a ton of work to the CRX as you've seen it last. I'm just kind of working on and off when I can. And what really has been killing me is just the ability to just kind of finish one project at a time when I'm working on it. So I decided to pick up the camera, make myself a little more responsible, keep myself back together on like a little schedule. So you can see I've got tons of parts still laying out here. That's actually the drive shaft for everything, along with a viscous coupler for the Freelander that I've had for a while. Both rear axles. This one I got from the Junkyard. This one I bought brand new off Rock Auto. It's got torn up boots, so that's going to be a mess. I'd really like to replace those boots before I put that on. That'll be down the line a little bit. Fuel stuff. I don't know if I ever did a video about finishing all this stuff up, but I do have the isolator mounts to put that on. Fuel tank, the hose. Some more parts. I got the lowers for the rear struts for the S1 kit, so they'll go around the axles. Centerpiece for the CRX. The keypad for Haltech. The switch panel for Haltech. This is I need to all do. Throttle position sensor works. Most of the other stuff works too. You can see the air temperature is not negative 20 degrees C. A few things need to be wired up to finish that up. And I want to get a dash hood to kind of clean that all up and actually make a proper mount for it. I just gotta have it sitting in there right now. As you know, you've seen the switch panel I had. Shifts set up. I'll probably end up putting this up here if I don't run some kind of HVAC system up there. Haven't quite finalized all that stuff, so that is stuff to get to. Breaker here. Let's go into the hood and check out what I've done. 10-cent tour of what I've done. 72 millimeter throttle body, Acuity throttle position sensor, the K-Tune, a little adapter here to change the feeler neck, all up there. New feeler neck, and that's why I got the reservoir for here for later, and I can hang it on this thing. Kind of ran the radiator kind of where I want it. It's not 100% finalized, and I may still do like a touch radiator. I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. Still kind of up in the air. The power steering and AC delete belt kit works well. I've started the car, charges up while it's running. All this kind of stuff I've kind of straightened up a little bit. There are a lot of updates I want to go through as far as things I want to change and things I'm happy with and not happy with. Brake lines here, of course, is what I'm going to change up. You can see it's kinked there. It's actually just got chewed up there when I cut the whole saw through the firewall. Actually broke one and then got holes in these, so that's why I got the ones from the Junkyard today for. I'm going to swap those out. The good news is the CRX drove itself here under its own power. No brakes, because, you know, obviously they had the holes in the brake lines, but it's doing well. It's driving under its own power, starts up pretty consistently. The only really problem I was having was with the TPS, and I put that new Acuity TPS in there. Starts up every time. Idle's fine, it's hitting nice and happy. A little bit of tuning with the throttle body, a lot of things to go over, and that'll just be in upcoming videos. And I don't want to get too far into the weeds about describing stuff and what I want to do, because this is just kind of a catch-up video, like a, hey, how you doing? Missed you guys. Side note, I missed you guys. So got a lot to catch up on with you guys, but that's why we're getting back into this. So I'll catch you guys real soon and shit. All right, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my Sunday night with Hannah and Enzo, and I'll catch you guys here in a little bit. So thank you guys for hanging out. See ya.
When you feel like giving up,
remain where you are.